Shalom, family. It's good to see everybody here. I know this was not a lot of notice, but we're going to talk a little more about Donald Trump and his comments after he was found guilty. You know, there's a lot of people, especially in our community, that find this whole thing very hypocritical. And it really, truly is. But y'all never, ever stop believing that the Most High got a hand in everything, because he absolutely does. And I'm going to tie in what I'm saying to you now. So, Donald Trump, like many in his community, never ever had a problem with the criminal justice systems as long as it was directed towards the Black community. They didn't care if they had the flimsiest evidence on someone in our community that was caught up in their system. When they went to jail, they cheered it on, y'all. I can't tell you how many of these folks I sat around and, when certain things came up, oh, well, they deserve it. Well, how do we deserve it? How do we deserve it? and you don't. And y'all are way more violent than all groups combined in this country. And that's the truth. So, how do we deserve it? But see, this is the kind of stuff they have gone around and said, right? We Everything that happens to us in their rigged up system is deserved, according to them. When Donald Trump is talking about law and order, he's talking about us. When he's telling you he wants immunity, where police can't be touched for any reason, he's talking about against us. He's not talking about the people that look like him. But see, as soon as something happened to Donald Trump up in the system, oh, now the courts are a joke, and yeah, the system is all messed up now. Well, oh, so it wasn't all messed up when we were complaining about it, but now that it's him, it's all messed up. You know, sometimes when it comes down to the things they say, you should turn your ear switch off, because a lot of things that them folks say ain't even worth listening to. Our people are exonerated in this country every single day because they went through your bogus court, got a bogus sentence, and then went to jail for decades over it. When it comes down to the criminal justice system in America, it has no legitimacy. It's more criminal than the people going into that court is. So many people are calling Donald Trump out on his hypocrisy, and I don't blame them. Donald Trump really insulted us a little earlier this year when he claimed Black people could relate to him because of his criminal indictments. No, we don't. We don't relate to anybody for that reason, Donald Trump, not even the Pookie and Ray Rays in our society. We don't relate to them on a criminal level. Now, people will complain because they don't want these people in their neighborhoods. They cause so many problems. But we don't even feel Pookie and Ray Ray when it comes down to the criminal record. So there is no way we're going to feel that when it comes down to you. And you should hear the MAGA fools. Oh, something's wrong with the system. Why is it everything wrong when it's Donald Trump? Something wrong with the election. Something wrong with the criminal system. So when it comes down to Donald Trump, they can call out everything wrong. But when we're going through their wicked ass system, they can't call nothing out. You know, that whole group is nothing but a walking hypocrisy. So no, I'm not feeling Donald Trump, and I'm not going to ever feel Donald Trump. All right. So you folks that are supporting him, just listen up, because I know you're there. I don't feel Donald Trump, and I'm never going to feel Donald Trump. This is judgment falling back on him from the Most High. So let me show you how. Y'all remember the Central Park Five? Well, this is them. Older men now. And y'all remember what Donald Trump did. So this is our Central Park Five. Donald Trump took this article out back then in New York, calling for the Central Park Five to be executed. Bring back our police. Well, what happened to your police? Y'all talk like that all the time. Well, what happened to your cops? All right. So Donald Trump, should somebody take a full page ad out on you and speak about the death penalty and lock you up in the police? Should they do that to you? And you know, they were even asking him when he was president about this article, and he said he was never going to apologize. He said he was never going to apologize for calling for the death penalty, even after they said there was no DNA evidence tying them to that crime. Donald Trump still said he was never apologizing. Well, Donald Trump's trial, ladies and gentlemen, was held at the same courthouse as the Central Park Five. You think that's a coincidence? It's not. This is definitely the hand of the Most High. This is the hand of the Most High. And this is the courthouse, the same one the Central Park Five had their trial in. Donald Trump had his trial at the same courthouse. Same courthouse, y'all. Right? And Donald Trump was found guilty in the same courthouse of the Central Park Five. Now, Alvin Bragg, now we know the Central Park Five were Black and Latino, right? Alvin Bragg, the DA, we know he's a Black man. But did you know the judge is Colombian? Judge Juan Machan is Colombian. So he got taken down. He got taken down by a Black and Latino man in the same courthouse of the Central Park Five. Do you think it's a coincidence? No, I say this is the Most High, his hand all over the whole thing. Donald Trump showed no remorse for condemning and wishing death upon innocent men. And Donald Trump refused, even after DNA evidence came out, to retract that article and say he was sorry. Donald Trump doubled down and said he wasn't sorry and he wasn't going to apologize. And years later, look at what happened to Donald Trump. What happened to Donald Trump? So, no, I'm sorry, y'all. Pardon me if I can't feel what's going on with Donald Trump. Pardon me if I can't feel it. And number two, I'm getting tired of people acting like the only one that should be giving them empathy all the time is us. They always look to us for empathy. I don't have none to give you. I mean, too many rotten things have happened to my people, and y'all cheered it on. So when things happen to Donald Trump or anyone else in your community, do not look upon us for that empathy. Now, yeah, you might get it from the Tim Scotts, and we don't care about it. Them raccoons, you can keep them. You don't have to ever send them back. So, the full page ad, even after they were exonerated, Donald Trump still act like they were guilty even when they were found innocent. So this is why a lot of people in New York, especially from the Black and Latino community, they are happy about Donald Trump's conviction. They never forgot about how Donald Trump spoke about those five men. So now we know one of them is also on the city council there. All right. So their conviction, in fact, the Central Park Five, their convictions were vacated back in 2002 after evidence did not link them to the crime. In 2019, and this is when Donald Trump was still a sitting president, he still refused to apologize to the exonerated men. And this is why many of them are saying, yeah, they're happy that Donald Trump got found guilty on all 34 charges. There are a lot of people in New York that don't feel any remorse or feel any sorrow for Donald Trump. They don't feel it, you know? And this is why a lot of people are saying, usually, after some kind of conviction like this, they lead you from the courtroom right over to the jail. But it just goes to show you the privilege of even someone like Donald Trump, a former president, how he can get slapped with that many convictions and still walked out of the courtroom and went home. He didn't have to spend a night at Rikers Island like many of our folks that sometimes don't have one single charge on them, but they get picked up on the streets by the police and end up in Rikers Island. That didn't happen to Donald Trump, did it? So, racial justice advocates are saying, hey, Donald Trump, if it's so bad, what are you going to do about the system not being fair? See, that's the thing. These folks will always do that. They'll only talk about the system not being fair when one of their own is caught up in it. As long as it's us, they could care less about whether it's fair or not. That's why you got to be a fool to follow these people. But unfortunately, because our people, not all of us, definitely, and not even the majority of us, want to vote for Donald Trump so bad that they are willing to overlook everything about him and still run out here and vote for him. They are willing to close their eyes and ignore it all. So this is the deal with Donald Trump. I guess some people didn't know how deep this was and how his trial was very much tied to the Central Park Five. But now, and it just goes to show you, once the Most High puts that curse on you, you may not feel the effects of it, them folks. You may not feel the effects of it right away, but you will feel that wrath. Donald Trump has felt it this week. He felt it. He felt it. And look at how much he can't stop whining in front of the cameras about how unfair it was and how unfair it was. We've been saying that forever, and y'all been laughing at us, mocking us, ignoring us, and then coming up with memes and all that stuff. That's what y'all been doing every time we said it wasn't unfair. And so this is what I wish. I pray there are thousands of Donald Trump memes. I hope people around the world is going to joke about this all in your face. I hope you never live it down. I hope you feel the effects for years to come. I hope he feels it too. And I hope no one ever apologizes, just like he would never apologize to the Central Park Five. Back at you, Donald Trump. And that's all I have to say. That's all I got to say. So, y'all, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And you know what, y'all? Do some of y'all want to come on the panel and speak? I'll open up the. Hold on, let me send an invite. I got some time. All right, here is the link for those that want to come up on the panel. I got a few minutes. I can let some of y'all come up here and speak. Donald Trump said a lot of things. And wasn't it less than 2 weeks ago he was talking about immunity for cops, where they get full immunity? He wanted to give them that. So no matter what they do, they are never punished. This is the same Donald Trump that said that, I think, less than 2 weeks ago. So no, instead of talking about no, Donald Trump got a raw deal. No, Donald Trump has screwed over a lot of people, and this is just coming back on him. Okay, but yeah, well, maybe if he gets in office, he can. He said he was going to clear the criminal records of January 6th insurrectionists. But, like I said, it's always for the people that look like him. How about clearing the records for all the bogus charges you have put on Black men, women, and children in this country? Until you start talking like that, I don't believe he's worth voting for. But that's my opinion. I don't believe he's worth it. Mm. Yeah, well, we shall see if Donald Trump, I think we will know how what his punishment going to be. You know, some people are calling for him to get jail time, but, Donald Trump still got, even despite all of this, he still got a lot of privilege up in here. Oh, yeah, there's a lot, Jasmine, that are saying they would still vote for Donald Trump. Even, yeah, a lot of people in our community are some of the biggest culprits running around saying that. How you doing, dark skinned brother? You got to unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I got you. Come on now.
How you
Shalom.
doing, my warrior sister?
Shalom.
Shout out to the family. Hey, you know how some of our people learned about Biden? Well, the
How?
ones that was able to learn, hey, they finna learn about Trump. See, the Most High, he doing this to make them really open their eyes up to see that both party ain't about nothing.
They sure
And
aren't.
and they so stupid. The only thing they got to do is catch dude words what he's saying, man. The moment he get back up in office, man, it's all I want on us, just as usual, business as usual.
Yes. Yes.
And I was arguing with some idiot the other day. I just didn't even mess him back after a certain point. He was like, why are you telling people not to vote? I said, I tell you what you voting for? Tell me what you gonna get for your vote. He never could tell me.
No, and they never will. And the sad part is nothing is going to change for us whether Donald Trump is in office or is Biden. I mean,
Exactly.
none of them are doing anything for us. And you can see they're both on the campaign trail. Have they promised one single thing to the Black community?
Not one thing.
Mm-mm.
Not, the only thing they have promised is to put more cops on our neck.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Other than that, they supposed to think just got to go out there and vote just stupidly.
Mm-hmm.
They really think these people still in the same mind frame of we own y'all. Nah, you don't own me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's all coming back to bite them now, isn't it?
And every time they open their mouth and say anything about us, negative, or do something to us, they activating judgment, more and more judgment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
but that, but
The,
that,
the,
that was pretty.
the thing is, Donald Trump, seems to think this is what resonates with black people. We understand his convictions. I was like, Donald Trump, we don't understand the convictions of a lot of the troublemakers within our community. So why would we think that about you?
Exactly. Yeah, they really think we done. These, I'm so sick of these coons. I've been praying for judgment for them.
Mm-hmm.
Every night before I go to bed, I'm praying. I know I should be praying for something else, but man, these coons gotta go along with
Yeah.
they handler.
Mm-hmm. I agree. you know and there was articles out, dark skinned brother. I don't know if you saw, Donald Trump went on the campaign trail not long after his conviction, and Tim Scott was there, and Tim Scott was doing the best tap dance he could for Donald Trump.
I remember saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had did a video back. I don't know if you saw it on my channel about Tim Scott. Yeah, I've been having them trolls and start finding their way over there to my channel.
Mm,
Yeah,
no.
but that was pretty much all I wanted to say, sister.
Okay.
All right, thank you for having me on the panel, and you have a blessed day.
Uh-huh. Shalom.
Shalom, family.
Hello, 100 Black.
Hey, darling, how
Rook.
you doing?
All
What's going
right.
on?
How you doing?
All right. You kill me sometimes with your sense of humor that you really don't tend to express. But I just want to let you know something. What we have to do is we have to become more controlling of our emotions for the most part, because I know there are a lot of people that want to that appreciate the conviction that he received. At the same time, we also know what happened to the Central Park Five, but now they are also living their best life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Trump, like I say, when I heard about the issue some time back, like I said, I was in my 30s and just becoming aware, because when I first picked up the book about J. Edgar Hoover's Counter Pro business, my eyes began to open up even more so. Then, way later, it came to me about the Oklahoma bombing of the original one, back to Black Wall Street. But then it opened my mind up to more. And it's like I just couldn't let it go. But when we talk about Trump's issue, like I say, it was a few years back, I was driving paratransit. And so, I'm caught more so with the rah rah crowd. We don't like Trump. We don't like Trump. We don't like this person. We don't like that person. Well, I was like, for what I saw of Trump, I didn't like him. Okay, that's an emotional thing. But I was driving this brother, and this brother always used to tip me all the time. And so I mentioned Trump because I'm constantly listening to the news. And he said, "Who Trump? Man, we used to hang out with Trump at the bars and stuff like that." And now I've seen some pictures where Trump is hanging with the athletes and what have you. But see, so much for that, because also that's betting, and that's also supporting them, through money and what have you. But when we get our emotions caught up in the what we get from the news, a lot of times, it's easy to be against a person. It's not that I'm against him or for him. It's just that I'm trying to see what's going on. Because see, my point is, over the last so many years, it should be open up to us that we are really watching a serious theatrical situation, because we really don't know what's going on. But then things come down, like him being convicted, and then all of a sudden he's walking out and he goes back home. We don't know what's going to happen with Trump at this point in time. And then when he does go, when he does say, when he is incarcerated, what is he incarcerated to his home? Is he going to be actually in prison? If he's at prison, are we going to be able to see him every day? We don't know. Then there's another thing to consider. When you have been accused by, say, the government or whatever, that has that you put your faith in, thought it was going to work for you, which for the most part, like I say, he's got that money. Um, what will he actually do if he was to become president? What would he actually do for the nation? Totally against what people thought he was going to do. At the same time, people not liking him, but then him turning certain things around for the better of America. And I'm still not saying vote for him. I'm just saying let's think. I'm saying let's not just not run with the crowd. And like I say, no, what happened, the scene that happened was not good with the Central Park Five. Say him also supposedly closing down apartments and putting people out on the streets. Like I said, I wasn't there to see all that. I don't know anything about that, but it doesn't sound good, and I don't like the idea. Um, so my point is, we have to process the situation and not become so emotionally involved quite yet. Because, like I say, they are not us, we are not them, and we get out of this society what we can get out of this society if we put our own effort into it. At the same time, it should be balanced off to where those that can't do it, those that can't find the effort, they still are able to live right. See, we're in a situation here to where people are losing their homes and what have you. Um, Trump does not have anything to do with that per se. What I'm saying, that has something to do with the Democrats and Biden and what have you. Um, Also, the Republicans are going right along with it. Now, I vote independently, and I begin to vote independently for the sheer meaning of it. But
Hmm.
Trump, like I say, we don't know what's going on. We voted for Obama to get his ass in there. Nothing happened.
Hmm.
What's happening? Presidency is actually what rules the country. So if he was to get in there, he would probably be more of a benefit for America. But here's the other problem. He would probably allow um, Gaza to still continue to be bombed. There still be atrocities there. I don't know. This is the reason why I'm not voting Republican or Democrat per se. Now, if they get in there, fine. I'm sure that I can still get what I'm going to get out of the American system, even in this late era of contempt. So I just wanted to say that. If it makes sense to you.
Yes. Yes.
Disagree with me. I need you to disagree with me. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong.
No, no, no. I'm not telling you that at all because number one, I don't, as long as neither one of these candidates offer anything,
Uh-huh.
I'm not for voting for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where I stand.
As I said, that's what I'm saying. I'm not voting for either one because, like I say, my life has been like this. Ever since I began to vote, I didn't feel the effects one way or another. I just know that when I wanted a job, I went and got a job. In situations, say like during Clinton's era, when there was a slow point there, when I wanted a job, I went and got a job. Now it was up to me to do with the money, what I can do with the money, or what I intended to do with the money. But nothing has ever stopped me from being successful within my own right or within my own era of what I felt was successful. Now we
Mhm.
are living in a different era now where they're trying to do something with the way people their expenditures and their gratuities, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
still we have to push forward. One thing I can suggest, whether you have an apartment, a condo, or whatever, it puts you in a state of independency when you grow, when you begin to grow something for yourself. It might not sustain you all week or all month or whatever, but learn to grow something because when you do that, fundamentally what we can do, we can build a collective of growers right there in the
Yes.
city, right there in the towns, a collective. You see what I'm saying? That's where we start. And we begin to actually put our minds together and agree on the things that are actually going to help us succeed. And those that don't agree, then we have to take them and counsel them or something like that. If it don't work, then they have to be, vanquished out of the organization. But the fact is, we have to head it off ground level, true ground level. When they talk about ground level, that's ground level. That's how America actually began, pretty much with ground level. And we are the ones who work the ground. So we need to learn to do this for ourselves fundamentally. That's going to be the first way to go because when we do anything above that, it's not going to work. We do that, we communicate, we eat together, we laugh together. We enjoy things together. I was checking out Pastor Dow. Like I say, people don't like him, but if you look at what he's doing or what a few other people are doing, we have to begin ground level together.
Hmm. All right. Well, brother, thank you so much for being on the panel.
Well, I had to holler at you.
All right.
All right.
And you have a wonderful day.
All right. Love you, Lisa. Bye.
Hmm. Shalom. A work in progress. Shalom.
Hey, how's it going? This is Byron B, Sister Lisa. I was just shalom to you and the family. I was just listening in and decided to press the button. I know you could rename yourself, so I just came up with this because I believe that I am a work in
Okay.
progress. Yes, ma'am. I
Mhm.
believe that I am a work in progress.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Donald Trump, I mean, he got what he deserves, and it's about time. It's like I'm looking around, you guys. Excuse me. It's just that I'm not familiar with this camera thing, the way of doing things. So so I'm just copying
Let
it.
me just,
Hey, so
sir, all right, work in progress. There's a lot of feedback. You may want to turn the volume down if you
okay,
have a session
I got
open.
it. I have it on
Okay,
pause now. Okay, yeah, I
okay,
got you.
okay, go
Yeah,
right.
I look at you through the television set I cast through my TV, and that's how I do that. But
Oh,
thank you for
okay.
that. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, Donald Trump, he's a trip. He's been a knucklehead since day one, and I don't like the guy. Never did. Him and Biden as well. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm just a person who just seeks the truth. And wasn't he a draft dodger at one time, Donald Trump?
No, yes, bone spurs is what he claimed he
Yeah,
had.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it's like they want you to, they want to be patriotic on one hand, and have all our people go out and fight for this country and everything, but yet they don't want to step on the battlefield. And that's getting tired. It's old now. I'm good with it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I have that much to say. I just I'm surprised. I'm gonna go in and archive this video because I'm kind of shy to be on TV and all that stuff. So. I thank you for having me, and shalom to the family. Have a blessed day. Thank you very much, and God bless
All right. Shalom.
you.
All right, y'all. So if that is it, then we're going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll definitely do this again tomorrow, a different topic. So, family, enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom.